our special guest, the guest lecturer, and his entourage. The Pro-chancellor and Chairman of Council, the Chairman of the Occasion, our dynamic Vice-Chancellor, guest lecturer, principal officers, former Vice-Chancellors, the Provost, Head of Campuses, Deans, Directors, invited guests who have come to honor the lecturer today. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to our fourth public lecture. The lecture will be delivered by Dr. Babs OMOTOWA. Permit me to establish the protocol as I introduce the former governor in our midst, Sir Celestine Omeha. He's our special guest of honor today. Please put your hands together for him. A former governor. You're welcome, sir. Let me also introduce the Pro-chancellor and Chairman of Council, Justice Mary Odili, retired, ably represented by a council member, Barrister Mela Oforibika. You're welcome, sir. Let me also introduce the Chairman of the Occasion, Senator Andrew I. Uchendu, OON-MPOM, Chairman of the Occasion. You're welcome, sir. We have in our midst the man who have made this possible, our dynamic Vice-Chancellor, Professor Lerum S. Okobule, DSS-ROS, Fellow Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. Let me also introduce the man we've come to listen to today, the guest lecturer, Dr. Babs Omotawa. You're welcome, sir. Former CEO, MD, Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas. You're welcome, sir. We have in our midst the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Administration, Professor Victor Akojuru. We also have in our midst the Registrar of the University, Mrs. IBS Harry. Let me also introduce the University Librarian, Dr. Juliet Mbechima. You're welcome, ma. Alex, welcome, ma. We also have seated on the high table the Chairman, Senate Lectures Committee, Professor Hudson Okoima. We have the University Orator, Professor Isaac Zeb Obipi. Let me also introduce the co-sponsor of today's lecture, Dr. Amadi. Your Excellencies, please permit me to introduce our father, who is seated here, former Vice-Chancellor of this great university, Emeritus Professor S.C. Achidebo. Let me also introduce the Provost, College of Medical Sciences, Professor Chitru Oluwene. We have the Head of Campus, Kira, Professor Mrs. Edith Chuku. Head of Campus, HA, Professor MJ Ayotamano. We have Dean PG School, Professor TSK Abam. Dean Faculty of Engineering, Professor J. Akpa. Dean Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor J. I. Onyema. Dean Faculty of Communication and Media Studies, Professor Richard Amadi. Dean Student Affairs, Professor Bright Opara. Deputy Provost is also here, Professor Blessing Jaja. Your Excellencies, let me recognize some of the dignitaries who have come to honor the guest lecturer today. We have Honorable Sir Dr. Austin Opara, former Deputy Speaker, or his representative. Please put your hands together for him. We have Professor Chris Obugbo, Director, Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja. Please put your hands together. Bishop Professor Odwak Efyong, Bishop Eastern West African District of the Zion Church. Please put your hands together. We have Engineer Adoke Tumpomeye, former Executive Vice President, Upstream, NLPC. Please put your hands together for him. Your Excellencies, please, my apologies. I omitted our council members. Please, my apologies. We have our council members. We're seated. We have Chief Ngoma Tisielo, council member. Please put your hands together for him. Sir Israel Igbenefu, council member. Dr. Chukuma Chinwo, council member. And we also have a former council member also seated there, Lady Berenzi, who is the current national president, Rivers State University Alumni Association. Also from our guest lecturer entourage, we have Dr. Edwin Ojirinka, environmental engineer and chairman, CGS 80 alumni. Please put your hands together. You're welcome, sir. We have Sir Chief Glory Eme, former chief of staff and former commissioner of this state. Please put your hands together for him. We have Mrs. Honorable Toro Ofili, board member, CBWN Africa, Nigerian chapter. Please put your hands together. Also in his entourage, we have Sir Dr. Chief Charles Wami, MD CEO, Chakin Maritimes. Sir Chief Collins Owonda, MD CEO, Equatorial Resources Nigeria. Please put your hands together. Please, the choir, can you just give us a soft tune? Let me also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Igo Welly, General Manager, External Relations, Shell. Please put your hands together for him, a friend of this university. Let me also introduce Ms. Sophie Hosford, General Manager, External Relations, Nigerian LNG. Please put your hands together for her. We also have Engineer Ben Owuriwa, MD CEO, Greenbox Nigeria Limited. Mr. Henry Chikwele Nweche is also here in our midst. Please put your hands together for him. Chief Franklin Obodo, ex-Shell and technical advisor to the chairman of the board, NLNG. Please put your hands together for him. We also have Vicar Ifeanyi Anaboso, the Vicar of St. Thomas Church, Diop, Port Harcourt. Please put your hands together for him. And let me also recognize those who are connecting online, all Nigerian staff, past and present. We also have all share companies in Nigerian past and present, and all energy industry staff who are also joining online. Please, can we appreciate those joining us online? Your Excellencies, we have a former Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Poenebo Owe, former acting vice chancellor of this university. And let me also recognize those that their names are not listed here, all those who have come to honor this occasion today. Please, can you put your hands together for them? And let me also recognize our professors and other categories of staff who have come to grace this occasion today. Please appreciate everyone who is here today. Please, we'll rise as we take the university anthem, and thereafter, I will invite the registrar for the opening prayer. Please, shall we rise? The studio. University anthem.
We sing of thee, flower of knowledge and peace. In the garden city stands a tree, from whence inspirations come. The people of many a tongue come and search and find the golden face. All for us simple and humble song, all for excellence and creativity. Raise you, we sing of thee, flower of knowledge and peace. Busy we on toil as a bee, fruitful science and tech we grow. Keeping motion the wheel of truth, waters of the rivers always flow, to build a nation in truth, all for excellence and creativity.
While we are still standing, may I invite the registrar of the university, Mrs. IBS Harry, for the opening prayer.
Let us pray. Father in heaven, we thank you for journey mercies for all our guests. We commit today's event into your hands. We pray, O Heavenly Father, that you give us retentive memory. You help each one of us to understand, to listen attentively, and gain from today's lecture. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please, you may have your seats. Let me once again welcome you to the fourth public lecture of our great university. But permit me to invite the Chairman Senate Lectures Committee, who also doubles as the Director of the Advancement and Linkages Center, Professor Hossein Okoima, for the welcome address. Please put your hands together for him.
The chairman of this occasion, Your Excellency, permit me to adopt the already established protocol. Good afternoon, distinguished friends of this university. I want to honestly thank the Vice Chancellor and the university management for unceasingly supporting inaugural public and voluntary lectures, conferences and workshops in this university. This indeed has helped to enhance the visibility of the university internationally. Today's fourth public lecture is titled The Time and Gown in Synchrony, Transforming the Nation. This public lecture is very unique because it's powered by the university. It is co-sponsored by one of our own who initiated it, a very erudite academic, Dr. Amadi, and indeed it is driven by the Advancement and Linkages Center. The public lecture is focused on transferring innovative ideas and research into commercial forms. As the chairman of the Senate Lectures Committee, I have had the opportunity to read through research works presented during inaugural lectures by very erudite professors of this university in various fields of engineering, science, agriculture, law, management, environmental sciences, arts, and education. I make bold to say that a lot of this research can be commercialized. For example, conversion of plastic to wealth, generation of renewable energy through waste management, conversion of potential energy from generators and other plants into electricity, use of botanicals for insecticide production, non-timber forest products such as mushrooms for consumption, just to mention a few. Distinguished professors, erudite scholars, ladies and gentlemen, it is not a time for a long speech. Let's seize this opportunity to develop novel ideas and research that will translate into commercial forms, impact our communities, and open up more factories than worship centers. I will pause here for the guest lecturer to do the needful. Thank you for listening, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, the Chairman, Senate Lectures Committee. Your Excellencies, the Chairman of the occasion, please permit me to invite the co-sponsor of this public lecture, Dr. Amadi, for his brief remarks. Please put your hands together for him.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody, and welcome to this August occasion. The protocol has already been established, so permit me to just stand on that protocol and proceed. I want to say a couple of things as part of my remark. The first one is that it gives me great joy to stand here surrounded by a lot of intellectuals, professors who have achieved a lot in their different spheres of endeavors. But I'm also humbled that I'm here standing before captains of industries, people who have run industries from A to Z and have made money for shareholders. It is on the shoulders of you giants that people like me stand today to make some humble contributions to the university and to Nigeria as a whole. Mr. Chairman, I know we as Nigerians will complain a lot. But I think it's time to stop complaining about the condition of the local governments, the state governments, the national governments. And I think it's also time to stop complaining about the state of health of the country, security of the nation, and all of that. I think the time is now for each and every one of us to see what we can do in our little spheres of endeavor to change the narrative and move this country forward. And so as I stand before you, I'm reminded by the words of one of my greatest idols, Gandhi. He says that you be the change that you want to see. You and I should be the change that we want to see. And I'm also reminded by the humble submissions of one of the American singer. She's a singer, she's a poet, she's a memoirist, and she's a dancer. Her name is Maya Angelou. And she said, you should seek to do better. You should seek knowledge. And when you know, then commit to doing better. It's my humble view that the universities and the academy can join hands to move this country forward. Permit me to tell a very short story about me. In my teens, we used to sit around my house in NKPOLU-OROWORUKWO here with my friends, and we used to, some of my friends are here today. We used to argue about how we were going to change Nigeria and make Nigeria better. And I do remember vividly on one of those occasions, unknown to me and my friends, my mother was within earshot of our conversation. And as I was pontificating and my friends were responding on how we would change Nigeria, she walked quietly, came to me and held my right hand. And she said, "Nnam, come with me." And for me, when my mother calls me Nnam, which is not my name, but the name she calls me, I know there's trouble. She has other names for me. Yeah. She also calls me Dim when she wants to endear me or to reward me. Or she calls me Badon Bolachi when she wants to pray for me or wish me well. But on this day, she just said, "Nnam, come with me." And she dragged me by the hand and led me to my room and said to me, "Dress your bed. It's 11 o'clock. You can change the world the more you want. But first of all, if you want to make a difference, start with making a difference in your room. Dress your bed up." So in all my career, in everywhere I have been to, that experience has been with me. And I said to myself, yes, the change that I seek should start with me. And in everywhere I find myself, no matter how small it is, I should try and change the narrative. I'm glad to announce to you today that as of today, I have had a scholarship program that has been running since 2001 to empower people that are indigent. I have a widows program that seeks to support the widows the little way I can. And I also have a football academy where I bring people from areas to distract them from going into crime just to play football and enhance their career. So all of this I do not because I have it, but because I want to make that change that I want to see. And it's for that reason that I said to myself, this is my constituency. I started my career here about 25 years ago, and I need to bring something back to this university. So I started first with volunteering to teach pro bono. And I also said, I see a wide gap between the industry and the academia. And so I said to myself, there is need to bridge that gap. And that is what is betting this. So this is not the end of this. I'm going to bring in more people. I'm actually thinking that the next one should be somebody who has passed through the universities, worked in the industry, but is an entrepreneur, to begin to talk to us about how to prepare students from the market moving forward. So what I want to leave all of us with is that that change that we seek, that criticisms that we want to apportion to people, let's look inward and begin to make that change wherever we are. And if we all make that collective effort and make that change, we'll see Nigeria improve from where it is today to where we want it to be. I don't want to preempt what Babs is going to say, but I know Babs is a friend, he's a colleague, he's a scholar, he's an entrepreneur, and he's an industrial giant. So please be attentive, listen. But at the end of the day, I want you to take a few things home. One is what challenge he gives to us, but even more than that, take the opportunity to network with the industry persons in this room today, from an NPC, from Shell, from LNG. There's a lot we can benefit from talking to ourselves. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. Please appreciate him. Dr. Amadi. Your Excellencies, the Chairman of Education, please permit me to recognize Mr. Dienye, LNG External Affairs Manager, please. Is he here? Please put your hands together for him. You're welcome, sir. And let me also recognize Council Member Mr. Samuel Obubo. You're welcome, sir, Council Member. It's my pleasure now to respectfully invite the Chairman of Education for the Chairman's opening remark. Please help me welcome Senator Andrew Uchendu.
Good afternoon, everyone. The representative of the chairman of the governing council and the pro-chancellor of the university, the vice chancellor of the university, our guest lecturer, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The compare has done a great job trying to establish the protocol, and I felt we will from now adopt that very established protocol so that we can cut short most of those things that take our time in functions like this. Well, you have already been all welcome to this very gathering, a unique occasion indeed. The co-sponsors and the universities have been thanked, appreciated for initiating this type of program. And I think it is a very, very important program that university has initiated. We have chosen a lecturer, a guest speaker, who traversed the university, which is the gown, and the industry, which is the town. When you talk of the university being the gown, we are in effect talking of the products of the universities. When you talk of the town, we are also talking of the products of the universities. Taking off from where the co-sponsor of this program ended, Dr. Amadi. One will want to be tempted to say one or two things before the guest speaker will come in. There is an urgent need for this collaboration between the town and the gown. Because in the gown are human beings. In the town are human beings. The gown has produced human beings and sent them to the world, sent them to the communities to do a number of things. Those products are in the communities. The guest speaker, I am not trying to preempt what you are going to say, but I'm assuming that we may be focused a little bit more on the universities and the industries. For those of us that are politicians, we want to be a little bit more practical. I take myself as a case study, and you can evaluate yourself, evaluate the university along that line, evaluate the gown and the town. My parents borrowed to make sure I go to the university. I acquired the golden fleece, and I went into the gown. And I was trained and turned over to the community. The gown has done its own bit. It is left to me now to explore the world, either in the academic area, still in gown, or in the communities, maybe in the industry or in the villages and all that. What have we noticed in the particular case of Nigeria? Using myself as an example. Our parents borrowed. For those of us that are first graduates in our various homes, and went into gown called the universities. And after graduation, What did we do? We got wiser. We acquired more knowledge. What did we do with the knowledge? Majority of us saw the communities, which is the town, dirty, undeveloped. We saw the people as those you cannot associate with in the majority of the cases. And those who were able to go to HARCOURT may not likely come back home. They come once in a year. Meanwhile, the gown has trained you to identify yourself with your environment. We're not talking of the industry now. Ordinarily going to the church in your communities, you have found a new church that is better than the local that the university, you met when you were at the university. It don't have anything to do with your age mates. You have now risen to another level the university did not ask you to assume. And we want to transform the society. We want to transform the the towns. A majority of us have said, no, we're not going into politics. And if you don't go into politics, how do you influence the policies of the day? We washed our hands off. The gown has done its bit. You are now in the town. You don't want to be involved. Then you can extrapolate that into industry. And that's why I felt pleased when Dr. Amadi told me that he met somebody, his colleague, and they shared some thoughts on how to bring in the university and the industry to collaborate so that they can transform it at a much higher level. But I am bringing it to the mundane level of our communities, everyday life. What changes are we bringing? This transformation we're talking about. So it is with those who are professors and all that. Once I had the opportunity of being the Pro-chancellor of the University of Port Harcourt, and I was asking, look at oil flare by the side of the university. The GAN has done its bit, trained them. They are now PhD holders and professors. That is the challenge there. The oil flares, the pollution. What have you done? The university cannot, after training you, force you to do all of that. You saw it, it's a challenge. To take the taxonomic details of the forest around you, here is a problem. We are talking of more serious things, which I believe the guest speaker will be talking about. I am saying all this to really emphasize the fact that the universities, the gown, has been playing its role to produce those who make up the gown, those who make up the town. And we have not been able to be the transformative agent in the development of society in virtually every sphere of life. And this is why this collaboration that we are talking about is very, very, very important. I have been told that the guest speaker has an array of myriad of experiences to share with the professors here today, so that we will not only be useful in the gown, we will also be useful in the towns. That is where we will have complete package of transformation. With the background I have seen of the guest speaker, I want, ladies and gentlemen, for you to relax. You must take home something that will you will be transformed first. before we go back to transform the communities and the industries. On this note, I think it is time for whoever is introducing the, please, who is introducing the, yeah. So now tell us what next we should do.
Thank you. The chairman of the occasion, Senator Andrew Chendo. Please appreciate our chairman again. Your Excellencies, the chairman, sir, the next item is 7, and it's my pleasure to respectfully invite our own Vice Chancellor for his speech. Please help me welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor Leru Esokobile, for his speech. Please appreciate our Vice Chancellor. Appreciate him.
Thank you very much. His Excellency Sir Celestine Ngozi Omeya, GSS RS, former Governor of Rivers State. The Pro-chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council of Rivers State University, Honorable Justice Mary Peter Odile, ably represented by a member of the Governing Council, Barrister Mela Foribika. Thank you. The chairman of this occasion, distinguished Senator Andrew Uchendo. Chairman of the occasion, we also have council members. I especially recognize them. Permit me to leverage on the already established protocol, not before recognizing in a very special way the guest lecturer today, Dr. Babs Omotowa. Thank you, sir. It's my special pleasure and privilege as the Vice Chancellor of Rivers State University to welcome you all to this 4th public lecture of the university. This lecture today is very special to us because it is designed to manifest the relationship that exists between the university and the industry. And for us as a university, we could not have found a suitable person, a person more suitable than the guest lecturer today, Dr. Babs Omotowa. This is a man that has traversed several areas of industry. He has been the vice president of a Shell before this time, and the former managing director of NLNG. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what more can we ask for an erudite lecturer of the nature that we have today? The man that is going to speak to us. I want to especially thank you, sir, for accepting to come for this public lecture. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, and we know that as a university, we are going to benefit immensely from your presentation today. What is happening today is an indication of our recognition of the importance of the triple helix model of development, where the universities are expected to interact with industry and also interact with government. Today, the interaction is with somebody who has been in the industry. And from his wealth of experience, definitely we are going to benefit and see how we can move this university forward. I don't want to waste much time because of the fact that we have already said a few things about the preliminaries. But let me just say that today, as a university, we have been supporting public lectures of this nature and will continue to do so. We have also been able to have inaugural lectures every month in this university to showcase the research work that we are doing in the university for the benefit not only of the university, but also the general society. And I'd like to say that what we are seeing today is a manifestation of the role of the Center for Advanced Studies of the university, particularly the one headed by Professor Koima, that is handling this thing. And let me also say that we are grateful to the co-sponsor of this public lecture today, a man who is the son of the soil, Dr. Amadi. I want to especially appreciate him because it's not every time that you find people who are so selfless and committed to the advancement of knowledge in particular fields. He has demonstrated his commitment to ensuring that we'll be able to interact with the industry and today's lecture. If you look at the array of personalities here, you can see that this lecture is very, very important. And I'd like to welcome you again to this lecture and hope that we're all going to benefit from this lecture today. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
Please appreciate our Vice Chancellor. Your Excellency, the Chairman of the occasion, it's now my pleasure to respectfully invite the guest of honor, former governor of this great state. Please help me welcome Sir Celestine Umeha for his speech.
Mr. Chairman, I have this singular privilege. To be on this side of the table with Mr. Chairman, because by tomorrow I may not be on the same side with him. What you're thinking is not what I'm thinking of. You're thinking of politics. I am thinking of a different thing altogether. The chairman has the privilege to tell me to come down here, and I will come down. That is what Professor Achinehu can also do to him. That is where we are coming from, County Grammar School, Ikwereche. So it's not the vice chancellor of this university. Sorry, before then, I must acknowledge the presence of the Pro-chancellor, here being represented by my own friend, Ofuribika. Then the vice chairman, you see, he's been my childhood friend. That's why maybe I was rushing to acknowledge him. The guest lecturer and all others on the high table and every person here present. I must thank specially Dr. Amadi, who invited me and made it known to me the import of today's lecture, the reason why we should attend, and why he initiated the idea of this kind of lecture between the university and the community. Amadi has been a friend long ago, and organizing this kind of seminar or conference has been part and parcel of him. If you knew him when he was in school and when he was in Shell, he's one person that would want every person to benefit from his knowledge. So I'm not surprised, Amadi, that you have joined the university to further educate our people. You told us here that you lecture pro bono. I wonder how you will feed the family if you continue with pro bono. This is a special lecture because it brings the town and the gown, the university and the society, the knowledge between the two. And in fact, the town and the gown, the society and the academia are interwoven. One cannot do without the other. It's like the egg and the chicken, or the what and gown, this thing and in any case, they are both interwoven. They are one and the same thing. But then, when we talk of education, we talk of the people who could be educated. Before now, history has it that our people were ordinarily farmers. Like Chairman said, the farmers, traders, fishermen. But later, introduction of education moved away people from farming to knowing the society at large. And today, we are talking of more of technological education. And this is where the university has a lot of role to play. Whatever it is, the role of government in the education of the society and the industrial relationship is very, very vital. What government can do for the society will encourage what the university can do for the society. And that is where this lecture is important. It's not just a question of delivering the lecture only. It will be necessary if after this lecture we come out with a proper report and see how far through the Pro-chancellor and the Vice-chancellor we can at least deliver our ideas or the ideas of the lecturer back into the government so that there will be proper implementation of what the university is thinking about. We know that the government has a lot of role to play for the improvement of the society. We are talking about power generation, NEPA, and so on and so forth. The government can use the university to improve the power generation in Nigeria. My son studied in University of Sheffield. He has PhD, mechanical engineering, specializing on gas turbine. Now, the University of Sheffield is consulting for the UK, for UK Power 2050. The department is consulting already for UK Power for 2050 in advance. And that is what the government should be doing, or companies should be doing, consulting the university for what can be done about this so-called, we call it NEPA, or whatever thing. Outside NEPA, outside power generation, agriculture inclusive, economic inclusive, the government and the university can liaise to at least reduce the sufferings of the people. But then, the university should also be ready to be used by the government. The policy of government should affect the output of the university in the positive, so that the university and the people will have the benefit of that symbiotic relationship. I think, I'm not preempting the guest lecturer, I think that is very, very important in this kind of talk. What the university can do through the companies for the benefit of the society. And that is where all of us will be interested in knowing and hearing. The guest lecturer, you have been introduced different fields of life. What they have not also said is that you are also an academia. You are into academics. You have had experience in industry, Shell. You have had the experience in NLNG. You're also having the experience now in academics. So you are well balanced to deliver whatever we are to hear today. But then, after that, what next? Nigeria is not bereft of ideas. There are intelligent Nigerians all over the world. But what is lacking is the implementation of these ideas. No matter what the guest lecturer will tell us today, as usual, let it not die here. I have stopped listening to NTA or AIT debates. They don't go anywhere. And so we will not allow these university ideas to die here. Mr. Vice Chancellor, you have a role to see whether, with your contact with other industries outside government, there will be research-oriented programs through this university for the improvement of the society. This is very vital. If the university liaises with the companies, industries, everywhere, well, I'm sure we still have Shell, or they have packed out of Nigeria. We have many other companies here that your engineering department, different faculties can liaise with them for research funding. And with research funding, many other improvement and development and ideas for the improvement of the society will come up. This is left for the university. This is left for the government to accept and work with the university. So thank you very much. God bless you.
Please put your hands together again for our former governor, special guest of honor for today, Sir Celestine Umeha. Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure now to invite the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, ably represented by Barrister Mela Fodipika, for the speech. Please put your hands together for our Pro-Chancellor.
Your Excellency, former Governor of Rivers State, Sir Celestine Umeha, who has virtually taken all the words from my mouth. Chairman of the occasion, distinguished Senator Andrew Chendu. Our lecturer for today, Dr. Babs OMOTOWA. Members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen. May I, on behalf of the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council of the 14th Council of this university, welcome each and every one of you to this occasion of the 4th public lecture with a very intriguing topic. Immediately I saw it, I said, I must be here. And incidentally, filling very big shoes of my chairman. The former governor has said it all, capping what other speakers have said. There is no gainsaying that knowledge that is not utilized to solve societal problems is wasted. If there is nothing you're giving back, if there is nothing you're changing, then that knowledge is wasted. It's an idea or a lecture that is long overdue. And so I commend the organizers, Professor Okima, for linkages in the university, and Dr. Amadi. It's nice to meet you here again. Incidentally, we were all in the River State Transition Committee about 10 years ago. Yes. I wish to take this time to state that the university has moved forward to ensure that this linkage happens and is developed upon. That's why we have the Faculty of Entrepreneurial Studies, which is taking off, and I'm sure will mature very soon. Already a campus has been designated at Kira. And so let's encourage our children to take that course, because most are not aware of it. That is part of the university's role in bringing about this link, which is so important that no society can develop without it. But this is not a place for us to speechify, as they say, is to listen to the guest speaker, ventilate his ideas. And we know that government policies play a big role in ensuring that this linkage translates into the best for society. So I won't waste time as I call upon each and every one. Open your minds, prepare yourselves to listen to a guest speaker who has a wealth of knowledge in the oil industry and in academics. Incidentally, I was speaking with the Vice Chancellor here that we need to have a department of subsea engineering. Oil industry has moved offshore. One of the universities I studied, in Amadi, that is one course that immediately gets you employed and also opens a lot of vistas.
The Chairman, sir, it's my pleasure to invite the University Orator, Professor EZENWO BP, to do an abridged citation of the guest lecturer.
Former Governor of Rivers State, the representative of the Pro-chancellor and Chairman of Council, the Chairman of today's occasion, our Vice Chancellor, please permit me to adopt the already established protocol. May I invite the guest lecturer to come forward as I read the citation, sir. Dr. Babs OMOTOWA is an international oil and gas executive with extensive expertise in strategy, commercial and technical operations, governance, energy transition, health, safety and environment, stakeholder engagement, change management, and supply chain management, honed through distinguished career in Shell, where he rose to become a group vice president in this global upstream business. During his tenure as CEO at Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas, Dr. OMOTOWA's leadership was pivotal in generating 40 billion in revenue, with 22 billion benefiting the Nigerian government, constituting 14% of the nation's income. Dr. OMOTOWA spearheaded the construction of the Bonny-Bodo Road project, which had been stalled for 40 years, by providing 60 billion support. LNG, under Dr. OMOTOWA's guidance, became the 4th-ranked company and the top-ranked homegrown company by the federal government of Nigeria. He was instrumental in awarding a 630 million 7-year helicopter contract to a local Nigerian company and securing 85 million in support from Shell companies from the acquisition of new helicopters. He deserves a round of applause. Dr. OMOTOWA's expansive portfolio includes significant board roles, such as foundation chairman of the advisory board, Mosteredo Oil and Gas, an international oil and gas and infrastructure company in Netherlands, focused on unlocking value in emerging markets such as South Africa, South America, Sub-Saharan Africa. He is an independent director at P Hill Technologies, Idaho, USA, driving innovative technologies for a cleaner world, including carbon capture and CO2 utilization, low-level nuclear management, and electronic sensors, and trustee at the J.T. OMOTOWA Foundation. With his extensive experience and visionary leadership, Dr. OMOTOWA continues to make significant contributions to the development and advancement of technology and management, education, energy, and environmental sustainability in Nigeria and beyond. Babs is a first-time author with a book, Storeroom to Boardroom, an Amazon bestseller, and a finalist of the UK Business Books in 2022. He has also been a speaker at Harvard University, MIT, USA, and World Economic Forum. He is a renowned visionary, strategist, and epitomized by his core values of integrity, courage, and excellence. Chairman, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
Please join me to welcome a man with extensive expertise, pivotal and visionary leadership, a crusader of corporate social responsibility, a facilitator of sustainable development, a boardroom giant, and a value-driven international author and speaker, Dr. Babs OMOTOWA. Thank you.
Your Excellency, former Governor of Rivers State, Governor Celestia Mejia, the Chairman of the occasion, Distinguished Senator Andrew Chendu, ON, the Pro-chancellor, ably represented by Barrister, our able Vice-Chancellor, Professor Sunday Okugbule. Please permit me all to stand on existing protocol as directed by the Chairman already. It's indeed a pleasure to be here today and a honor to be a special guest speaker. This is actually my first visit to the Rivers State University, and I want to commend the state government and the university staff for the dedication since the institution was founded in 1980, although recognizing that the origins of this university traces back to 1972 with the Rivers State College of Technology. Furthermore, I understand that the current governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, along with former Governor Seriake Dixon and NYESOM WIKE, as well as former ministers Odena Jumogobia, Useni Usani, and current minister Henekin Lopobiri, are all distinguished alumni of this university. Clearly, Rivers State is a breeding ground for individuals of timber and caliber, as the late Dr. K.O. Mbadiwe will say. Over the past 35 years, my career has indeed traversed across both industry and academia. I actually commenced my career as a college educator in 1988 before joining Shell in 1993 and NLNG in 2012, before returning back to Shell and retiring in the head office in Holland as one of the global vice presidents for the upstream leadership team. I now currently am the president of the Nigerian University of Technology and Management. And so you could imagine when Dr. Amadi contacted me with a simple request to speak here at RSU on the necessity of closer collaboration between academia and industry, there was only one response. Because I recognize this as a unique opportunity to engage in meaningful dialogue. Too often, I have observed that commentators address societal issues only to express frustration and look to who to assign blame to. What is less frequently seen is the formulation of solutions, and it is therefore imperative that we shift our focus from lamenting the challenges faced in Nigeria to collaborative efforts aimed at resolving them. And what better place than to have that dialogue than a citadel of learning such as RSU. Within the industry, I appreciated the significance of practical, result-oriented strategies that have tangible impact on people's lives. In the academic sphere, I have witnessed the transformative power of research, which when effectively harnessed, can indeed address societal challenges. The relationship between academia and industry is mutually beneficial, and this unique intersection is crucial for tackling local, national, and global challenges. I therefore share in the commitment of RSU to bridge the gap between these two spheres for the advancement of our nation. I have been lucky today that the foundation for my speech has been so well laid by both the Vice-Chancellor, the Chairman, and His Excellency in their opening remarks. But what I will do is to delve a little bit deeper and share with you both some of the thinking behind the town and gown relationship, but also share experiences from other areas. And I will indeed, as His Excellency was saying, I will provide some suggestions for the VC to consider in how this can be taken forward to implementation. So what is the town-gown relationship? The term town-gown encapsulates the dynamic relationship between the universities, that is the gown, and the surrounding communities, the town. This concept emphasizes that academic institutions are not merely isolated entities, but are essential players in the economic, social, and cultural landscape of the localities. In the partnership, the gown provides intellectual assets such as the talents. It provides research, innovation, and knowledge generation, while the town presents real-world challenges and opportunities for experiential learning. When this relationship functions optimally, both parties work together to address common issues, resulting in mutually advantageous solutions that enhance societal well-being. The interplay between academia and industry has been a significant subject in the fields of development economics and education reform, with various studies highlighting that such partnerships are crucial for national advancement. Nevertheless, in numerous countries, including Nigeria, this relationship is often underexploited. Closing the gap is vital, not only for improving the quality of research and innovation, but also fostering economic development, social advancement, and global competitiveness. In various regions, including the United States and Europe, universities and industries have established effective partnerships that drive national advancements. These collaborations not only assist industries in addressing critical challenges, but also provide academia with research funding. By partnering with universities, industries gain access to talents, innovative ideas, cutting-edge technologies that can enhance their competitiveness. In contrast, Nigeria's experience with such collaborations has not been as fruitful. Nigerian universities frequently struggle to engage with industries in a substantial manner. This challenge is exacerbated by the low investment in research. A survey by the National Bureau of Statistics revealed that Nigeria allocates less than 0.2% of its GDP to research, a figure that falls well below the 1 to 2% recommended for developing countries. This lack of financial support severely restricts universities' capacity to engage in impactful research and innovation that could propel national development. An obstacle to enhancing town-gown collaboration in Nigeria is the insufficient communication and trust between academic institutions and industry. Many industries perceive academic research as overtly theoretical and lacking practical relevance, while academics often regard industries as primarily focused on profit, neglecting their potential social contribution. This divergence in interest and expectation has impeded the establishment of a strong collaborative framework. Furthermore, industries hesitate to invest in universities' research, expressing concerns regarding the quality and applicability of research. Merely 10% of Nigeria's industries participate in research collaboration with universities, in stark contrast to 60% or more in developed countries. For effective town-gown collaboration, it is essential for industries to take a more proactive stance in fostering research and innovation. And this involvement should encompass not only the provision of financial support for academic research, but also the participation with universities to formulate research agendas that correspond with industry requirements. However, industries must also be prepared to hold academic institutions accountable for the quality and applicability of their research. This can be facilitated through the creation of advisory boards that consist of members from both academia and industry, collaborating to establish research priorities and oversee the progress. While such frameworks are already established in certain universities in Nigeria, there is a need for them to be reinforced and broadened to encompass a wider variety of industries. To illustrate this point, NLNG established a science prize in 2004, currently valued at $100,000. However, there have been 5 instances in 2005, 2007, 2011, 2012, and 2016 when NLNG was unable to award any prize due to the subpar quality of research emanating from Nigerian universities. It became evident that not only was the quality of research subpar, but there was also a disconnect between the academic inquiries and pressing national issues faced by society. Consequently, NLNG adopted a more focused approach, identifying specific societal challenges and inviting researchers to address them in subsequent cycles. Despite this re-engineering, Nigerian universities have not yet emerged successful in most cases. For instance, last year's theme was on healthcare therapy, which was awarded to Professor Hippolyte Amadi, a Nigerian based at Imperial College in London. This year's topic was on greenhouse emission control, was awarded to Professor Eni Oko from Newcastle University, Professor Olajide Otitoju, and Professor Wang from University of Sheffield. Notably, where there were 2 Nigerians among the winners, none was affiliated with Nigerian universities. Our able Vice-Chancellor, I hope you can challenge the RSU academic community on this, and hope we can look forward to a future where research from RSU will be a winner of this coveted NLNG prize. Ideally, academia and industry should function as a conduit for bridging research and the resolution of real-world challenge. However, the current landscape in Nigeria reveals a considerable divide between academic research and the immediate needs of society. It is also glaring, as evidenced by a wide array of unresolved issues that have plagued the country for many years. Let me elaborate on just 5 examples. Oil pollution. For decades, the Niger Delta has suffered from the effects of oil pollution, resulting in environmental degradation and erosion of livelihoods. Although Nigerian universities have conducted research on the impacts of oil spill and potential pollution control strategies, there is a notable lack of effective collaboration between these institutions and the oil companies to address this issue. An example is the United Nations Environmental Program UNEP study of the Ogoni oil spill, which culminated in a 2011 report detailing the extensive environmental damage from years of oil spill. This report proposed a comprehensive plan for restoration, recommending an initial funding of $1 billion and emphasizing the necessity for a 30-year long-term remediation strategy. However, a significant critic of this initiative is the insufficient involvement of Nigerian universities in the study. The UNEP report predominantly drew on the expertise of international specialists, failing to adequately engage Nigerian universities to leverage their knowledge. Furthermore, the cleanup efforts in Ogoni, which commenced years after the report was published, also demonstrates a lack of robust partnership with Nigerian universities. While some local experts participate in individual capacities, the broader integration of Nigerian universities is lacking. Their involvement could have ensured that the intellectual resources were utilized effectively and that the environmental insights and methodologies derived from the cleanup were preserved for future research purposes. This represents a significant missed opportunities. This observation should not be construed as a criticism of Nigerian universities, as the primary responsibility in this instance lies primarily with the government and the industries. However, the lost opportunities underscores the ineffective relationship between academia and industry. Second, food. Nigeria has faced persistent challenges related to food scarcity, a situation worsened by the outdated farming methods and the lack of proper storage. Over the years, institutions like the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture in Ibadan have investigated sustainable agricultural techniques, innovative seed technologies, and resilient crops. However, a significant gap persists between these academic advancements and the application in farming communities, resulting in ongoing deficiencies in food production. In contrast, Malaysia successfully adopted palm seedlings from Nigeria, and through effective partnership between universities and industries, emerged as one of the leading producers of palm oil globally, leaving Nigeria at a disadvantage. Another example is Israel, which has leveraged university research from precision agriculture, utilizing drone technology, data analytics, and artificial intelligence to determine the precise water and fertilizer needs of each and every plant. Despite its relatively small land area of 21 square kilometers, Israel exports a considerable volume of fresh produce. In comparison, River State, where we are, covers 11 square kilometers, which is half the size of Israel. Nigeria has a land size of approximately 924 square kilometers, 44 times that of Israel, yet we continue to be a major food importer. I recently visited a university located in the middle belt of Nigeria, encompassing an area of 15,000 hectares. As I drove through this extensive land, I observed primarily bush on both sides of the road, which is suitable for agriculture. It was clear that less than 20% of the area had been developed for the administrative offices, classrooms, laboratories, and student accommodation. This led me to question why such a significant size of land has remained underutilized since 1975, a span of 50 years. Yet, this particular institution boasts of a faculty of agriculture staffed by numerous professors and senior lecturers specializing in various agricultural disciplines, including crop production, forest resource management, animal husbandry, aquaculture, and fishery. One would have expected that driving through this long expanse of land every day, these professors and lecturers and the university will have leveraged the agricultural faculty to implement large-scale mechanized farming and to attract processing industries to the campus, fostering a thriving value chain between the university and its surrounding communities. This represents significant missed opportunities. Some may contend that financial resources are necessary for land cultivation and crop planning. While I concur, it is essential to consider how others have successfully navigated these challenges. Here in Nigeria, labor is relatively inexpensive, and in this particular example, the land is already available for free. What then is required is the development of strategic models, attraction of investors, and the determination to execute. These examples underscores the relevance of this discussion. Third, housing. Nigeria holds the distinction of having the largest homeless population globally, with over 24 million individuals lacking access to adequate housing. The nation is currently confronted with a significant housing shortfall, estimated to exceed 20 million units. based on a burgeoning population and a swift urbanization. The question is, have the architectural and urban planning departments within Nigerian universities done research on affordable housing solutions and investigated low-cost construction methodologies? If they have these innovations been effectively implemented on a large scale? It is essential that academic research is integrated with government housing policies and initiatives of the private sector developers. To what extent are Nigerian universities engaged with government on housing and urban planning policies? How actively do they participate in the execution, quality assurance, and construction methods? Fourth, road. The substantial high cost of road construction and the persistent deterioration of Nigeria's road infrastructure represents a critical issue where academic institutions can offer solutions. Where are the research publications from civil engineering departments in Nigerian universities that focus on cost-effective, sustainable road construction and alternative materials? Where are the initiatives for collaboration with construction companies and government road agencies? Research that has the potential to enhance the durability and quality of Nigerian roads often remain unpublished in academic journals instead of being utilized as a basis for public infrastructure initiatives. The Niger Delta's 188-kilometer east-west road has posed significant difficulties for many years. One must question the role universities could have played in collaboration with the government to expedite the completion of this road. Fifth, electricity. The electricity issue in Nigeria are well known, with less than 40% of the population enjoying reliable power. We have even in recent times seen the grid collapse on 3 occasions within 1 month. What academic research exists on energy generation, grid optimization, and energy efficient technologies? Where is the partnership with power generation and distribution companies? Have Nigerian universities succeeded in developing more effective and affordable renewable energy technologies, such as solar and biomass systems, to address the power shortages? The example of Professor Bart Nagy, the creator of the e-design concept, who returned from the University of Massachusetts in the USA, is one to emulate. His innovative integrated geometric power facility is currently generating 180 megawatts of power in Aba. Where are the other similar novel plants established by each university in every state in partnership with industry? It would be reasonable to anticipate that these institutions will investigate solar energy, particularly given the ample sunlight available in Nigeria. If universities were to undertake similar initiatives in partnership with industry, they could transform their research into viable energy solutions, benefiting not only the university itself, but societies at large. I think at today's band A rates of over 200 naira, this will be a big cost area that I'm sure the university is facing. And research in this area, I think, will be one that will be well valued. Part of the essence of academia is to adapt, progress, and respond to societal changes. Research institutions are intended to act as guiding lights for identifying and resolving societal challenges. Yet, much of the research produced tends to remain within the confines of academic literature, failing to translate into practical solutions. It is also my assertion that any academic research learning real-world applicability represents a squandered intellectual resource, and any societal issue that has not been examined by academia signifies a shortcoming of both academia and society. So we need to rethink also our impact. The role of academia and industry must be put in context within the evolving landscape of global economy. The contemporary world has increasingly integrated knowledge into economic frameworks. Traditionally, economies have been propelled by tangible sectors such as oil and gas, manufacturing, and the technological revolution. These industries have been pivotal in the development of nations like Nigeria, where oil has served as the cornerstone of the economy. However, there has been a notable transition towards what is commonly termed the knowledge economy, wherein value is derived from intellectual capital, encompassing ideas, innovation, and research rather than physical commodities. In the knowledge economy, the new catalyst for growth includes information technology, data analytics, artificial intelligence, research, innovation, and specialized expertise. Unlike oil, which is a limited resource, knowledge can be perpetually created and utilized to address challenges across various domains. This shift underscores the increasing importance of knowledge over traditional industry. And as Bill Gates says, the future belongs to those who can harness knowledge. Recent trends also reinforce this, as the most highly valued companies today are knowledge-based. These include Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Facebook, and many of whom have market capitalization exceeding $1 trillion, significantly surpassing that of the largest oil company, Saudi Aramco. Uber, for example, exemplifies a knowledge-driven enterprise, operating through proprietary softwares without owning any vehicle. This company strives on knowledge and innovation, domains where academic institutions excel. In this scenario, academia emerged as a vital cornerstone, with potential to spearhead the transformation of the nation. Universities are strategically positioned to cultivate the human capital, conduct research, and develop technological innovations essential for economic growth. By promoting entrepreneurship, facilitating research, and equipping future leaders with critical thinking skills, academic institutions can significantly contribute to advancing Nigeria towards a knowledge-driven economy. A well-nurtured town-gown relationship can be instrumental in devising sustainable solutions to Nigeria's challenges. Academia must assume a leadership role in guiding Nigeria towards a knowledge-based future. By acknowledging its dual responsibility as a generator of knowledge and a catalyst for societal change, the gown can empower the town to achieve enduring economic, social, and environmental advancement. It is through this collaborative partnership that we can forge sustainable futures for our nation. In developing nations, industries invest in university laboratories and research. Nigerian industries ought to support local universities by financing research that can benefit their enterprise and the nation. Industries must acknowledge their responsibility to invest more in education. An example again, permit me, will be the Nigeria NLNG, which in 2015 partnered with 6 universities to establish in each of them a $2 million engineering laboratory equipped with state-of-the-art technology. But also permit me to digress for a minute to address an important issue. The current reliance in many Nigerian universities on learning methods that are characterized by memorization and repetition must be reformed to achieve the transformation we desire for our nation. Many graduates from Nigerian universities find themselves lacking in critical thinking and problem-solving skills, having spent their academic years engaged in one-sided instruction with information flowing solely from the educators to the students. In large classes, often comprising hundreds, if not thousands of students, meaningful interaction between teachers and students become a challenge. It is imperative that we revise this model, ensuring that class sizes are manageable and that we facilitate engagement through case studies, experiential learning, and discussions to enhance the capacities of our graduates. Showcasing the potential of town-gown partnership. To illustrate the transformative potential of town-gown relationship, permit me to examine some examples globally and within Africa. This will highlight how academic institutions, in conjunction with communities, can drive innovation and stimulate economic and societal growth. 1. UK universities, AstraZeneca and GlaxoSmithKline on the COVID vaccine. In November 2020, just 11 months into COVID-19, a vaccine was developed through the collaboration between the University of Oxford and AstraZeneca. This partnership exemplifies the power of town-gown collaboration, enabling society to navigate one of the most formidable challenges of a generation. It serves as a testament to the efficacy of industry-academic alliances, merging pioneering university research with industry know-how, ultimately contributing to a more resilient world. Additionally, in 2022, the universities of Cambridge, AstraZeneca, and GlaxoSmithKline joined forces in a £42 million initiative aimed at creating a future-proof COVID-19 vaccine. But the root of this partnership can be traced to the establishment of the Cambridge Science Park in 1970. The park today is home to 5,000 technology and life sciences companies, many of which are spin-offs from the university research, including AstraZeneca. 2. Stanford and Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is intricately linked to Stanford's strategy to nurture a symbiotic relationship between it and the surrounding community. In the 1930s, Frederick Terman, a Stanford professor, motivated his students to establish their own enterprises instead of pursuing careers with prominent firms. He played a pivotal role in guiding individuals such as William Hewlett and David Packard, who went to create Hewlett-Packard. In the 1950s, Stanford further stimulated this innovative spirit by leasing land for the Stanford Industrial Park, which attracted technology companies eager to engage with university research. This included companies like Google, Apple, Intel, and Cisco, which were either founded by or influenced by Stanford graduates. This synergy has generated trillions of dollars in economic value, establishing Silicon Valley as a global leader in technology and has revolutionized various industries across the globe. 3. Harvard, MIT, and Cambridge, Massachusetts. The relationship between Cambridge and its prestigious institutions, Harvard and MIT, have been pivotal in driving economic development within the area. An example is the Harvard Innovation Labs, which offers both students and community members resources, mentorship, and support to transform their entrepreneurial concepts into successful enterprises. The economic impact of these institutions on Cambridge is significant. Estimates indicate that Harvard and MIT collectively contribute over $15 billion to the local economy every year. Their presence has attracted major corporations such as Google, Amazon, and Biogen. This dynamic town-gown relationship cultivates a vibrant business landscape and enriches the cultural and social dimensions of Massachusetts. But these successful models are also attainable within our context in Africa. So permit me to also share a few examples in Africa. Stellenbosch University in South Africa. Stellenbosch University has played a crucial role in South Africa's wine sector. Through research on grape growing and winemaking methods, the university has enhanced the quality and quantity of wine production, thereby elevating South Africa's reputation as a prominent global wine exporter. This collaboration has ensured that South African wines remains competitive internationally, contributing over 55 billion rand to the nation's GDP. Additionally, this industry supports 290,000 jobs influenced by the innovations stemming from the university. Makerere University in Uganda, marker pads. Research at Makerere University has created marker pads, an affordable and biodegradable sanitary pad composed of papyrus and recycled paper. This innovation addresses environmental issues whilst also tackling menstrual hygiene, particularly in low-income communities. The university has successfully commercialized marker pads, ensuring its availability throughout East Africa at a significant lower price. Economically, the production of marker pads has generated employment and reinvigorated the local economy. By offering affordable sanitary solutions, marker pads contributes to keeping girls in school, which yields long-term economic advantages. What is noticeable among these initiatives are some common characteristics. One, there is targeted research on societal challenges. Two, there's interdisciplinary collaboration across various departments. Three, partnership with industry. Four, availability of modern laboratories. Five, community engagement. And six, measurable outcomes. These global and African examples of collaboration between academia and industry underscores the significance of potential universities as drivers of innovation, economic development, and societal progress. These partnerships exemplify how academic institutions and industry can work together to tackle real-life issues. Universities ought to place greater emphasis on commercializing their intellectual properties for their funding, rather than depending mostly on government funding for their operation. But let's also come home to Rivers State University example. Rivers State University, of course, is uniquely positioned on this discussion. Firstly, Rivers State University is the first of its kind technical university in the Niger Delta. Its location in Rivers State, a pivotal oil-producing area, underscores its significance, particularly given the region's substantial oil and gas reserves. The university's mission emphasizes the integration of science, technology, and innovation to tackle industrial and societal challenges, thereby establishing a unique identity within Nigeria. Furthermore, RSU has undertaken impactful research and collaboration that demonstrates its dedication to addressing real-world challenges. For example, RSU has played a role in enhancing Nigeria's maritime sector through collaboration with the Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. RSU has also engaged with local farmers to advance research in sustainable farming practices and agricultural technology. Notable areas of focus include mushroom cultivation, fisheries, feed milling, poultry, and pig farming. However, there are a lot more opportunities to expand RSU's impact. Aligning research outcome with real-world problems and partnering with industries will enhance RSU's leadership. Take a few examples. One, agriculture. RSU has the opportunity to enhance agricultural innovation by collaborating with local farmers and agri-businesses on sustainable farming practices, utilizing readily available raw materials. Investigating crop varieties that are well suited to the Niger Delta, along with the creation of value-adding products, such as converting cassava into starch or flour, will significantly contribute to food security. The university's extensive land resources can be leveraged for agricultural research and commercial activities while bolstering the local economy. An example is a group of students from Kabarak University in Kenya who developed a type of flour from grass to produce ugali, which is 5 times less expensive than that one made from traditional maize. This innovative approach aimed to address food insecurity involved students of the university from diverse academic backgrounds, including clinical medicine, computer science, economic, and finance. They utilize drought-resistant grasses such as Bermuda and ryegrass, converting cellulose into amylose, a starch comparable to that found in maize. 2. Clean energy. RSU may consider investigating renewable energy options such as solar and wind power to tackle electricity issues in the Niger Delta. Research into decentralized energy systems like mini-grids could offer affordable and clean energy solutions to local communities, thereby decreasing dependence on the costly fossil fuels. An example is the University of Nairobi, which has worked alongside local farmers to advance biogas technology as an alternative energy. Through its research, the university created low-cost biogas digesters that transform organic waste into biogas for cooking and lighting. The initiatives not only deliver economic energy, but also addresses waste management. 3. Security. Rivers State University has the potential to collaborate with security agencies and the technology sector to create predictive policing tools and community-oriented security programs. Investigating local crime trends and utilizing artificial intelligence can significantly mitigate the increasing risks of kidnapping and banditry. A prominent example is the University of Cape Town, which has been a leader in employing technology to bolster security measures in South Africa, particularly in combating issues such as crime, including kidnapping. So looking forward, Rivers State University is well positioned with this initiative to redefine and enhance the relationship between the university and the community and to help transform Nigeria. By addressing societal issues through meaningful research, innovation, and partnerships, RSU can make a significant impact. To achieve this vision, it is essential for RSU to capitalize on its distinctive academic strengths while drawing insights from global examples of university community engagement. Dear Vice Chancellor, I will propose 5 strategies for your consideration to advance this town gown initiative. 1. Establish a coordinating town gown council. A town gown council consisting of prominent university officials, industry leaders, government representatives, and community stakeholders. An established developmental agency, whether international or a reputable local entity, may be invited to serve as the secretariat, contributing specialized expertise. The council will undertake the following actions: annually identify key societal issues and challenge the RSU academic community to explore innovative research solutions. B. Ensure the pursuit of concrete results, holding the research community and the university accountable for their commitment. C. Seek funding from local and international players, particularly those interested in identified strategic area. The university can, or the council, can approach international funding foundations, multinational corporations, international development agencies, NGOs, and corporate organizations. And D. Utilize the network of Rivers State University alumni, many of who hold leadership roles in major institutions, in government, and in the private sector, presenting an opportunity to leverage their connections for partnership and research. 2. Establish an entrepreneurship center. I was pleased to hear from the representative of the High Excellency that the Faculty of Entrepreneurship is already being set up in the university. But this entrepreneurship center, apart from training students, must also be dedicated to commercializing research outputs from RSU. By offering startup funding, mentorship, and business development services, the university can empower students and community members to initiate ventures that contribute positively to society whilst generating revenue for the institutions. 3. Leverage existing professorial chairs. The university ought to leverage its existing partnerships, particularly with oil companies that support professorial chairs, to direct research initiatives towards addressing practical challenges. Broadening the focus of professorial chairs to encompass interdisciplinary research, ensuring that research endeavors are focused to yield practical results. Organizing annual forums where faculty and students can present research findings to industry leaders and industry representatives can help share the industry knowledge of the universities. 4. Attracting companies to set up satellite offices on the university campus, or for the university to construct office complexes and lease floors to these companies. This shared facility model, which has worked very well in many universities globally, facilitates regular interactions between academia and industry, allowing for the swift identification of industry challenges and potential solutions. For examples, companies could position their research and development departments, learning and development departments, recruitment, or business improvement departments on the university campus. The example of Stanford University, where companies like Facebook maintain offices, serves as a good example. In addition, companies that emanate from the entrepreneurship center of the university can also be encouraged to set up on the campuses. And 5, reward systems. Reward systems should be set for faculties that lead in the gown-town relationship. An annual award and recognition for faculty members who excel in enhancing the town-gown relationship should be established. This initiative will encourage faculty to maximize the value of their research towards societal needs and to actively pursue industry partnerships. As I draw to conclusion, Rivers State University is capable of assuming a leadership position in addressing societal challenges through strong partnership between academia, industry, government, and the community. This vision of a collaborative town-gown relationship is not only attainable, but is essential, and RSU can unlock its full potential and make significant contribution to the national progress. Nigeria academic institutions have a unique opportunity to connect research with practical applications. The country faces numerous well-documented challenges across food, energy, health, and infrastructure. These are good areas for academic communities to focus research for the nation's development. Globally, leading universities have established models for such collaboration. And in an address at the World Economic Forum, Professor Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala emphasized, development is about transformation. Research and policies are futile if they don't translate into tangible changes in the lives of people. The transformation she advocates is precisely what RSU must pursue, transitioning from theoretical research to impactful research in partnership with external stakeholders. A formal framework is crucial for fostering this collaboration. The creation of a town-gown council will establish the governance structure necessary to explore the vast opportunities and strategic pathway needed to close the divide. As Nigerian entrepreneur Tony Elumelu aptly stated, success is about bringing people together, the right people and the right resources. It is imperative for RSU to assemble a diverse coalition of academic talents, industry leaders, government, and community to realize this aspiration. The journey towards success may be challenging, yet it is attainable. By forming a town-gown council focusing research on societal needs and securing sustainable funding, RSU can position itself as a front runner in academic and practical sphere. RSU has the potential to emerge as a symbol of hope and a catalyst for progress in Nigeria and beyond. RSU should not postpone action or wait for the perfect condition. As the South African icon Nelson Mandela remarked, it always seems impossible until it is done. RSU must embrace this perspective, acknowledging that the challenges it faces, such as funding, though significant, but it is not insurmountable. This brings to mind the words of the esteemed African-American educator, Booker T. Washington. Success is to be measured not so much by the position one has reached in life as by the obstacle which one has overcome. RSU has the capability to surmount the challenges it faces, and in so doing, foster a more promising future for all. My dear Vice Chancellor, I will encourage RSU to affirm its commitment by, for example, setting a target date, such as 2030 or 2035, by which it aims to generate sufficient revenue from its intellectual property commercialization to sustain all its operation. Such a clear and resolute approach will enhance the town-gown relationship. I also challenge industry to step up significantly to support research, as the universities cannot do it all alone. The National Bureau of Statistics report highlights that a 10 to 20-fold increase in funding is required for research to thrive in Nigeria. Finally, ultra-high network individuals in Nigeria also have a role to play in supporting university and research. In 2023, $58 billion was donated to universities in the USA. Alumni and industries alone donated $21 billion. Donors like Ruth Gottesam, John Doerr, and Michael Bloomberg each donated over $1 billion. Whilst others like Mike Zuckerberg, Phil Knight, Jim Simons, Gordon Moore, Herbert Irwin, Stewart Resnick donated over $500 million each. In Nigeria, we have seen the likes of Alhaji Samad Rabiu donate $12 million to 21 universities. We have seen the likes of Femi Otedola donate $2 million to Augustine University. Alhaji Muhammad Ndimi, $2 million to University of Maiduguri. And Alhaji Dangote, $1 million to Bayero University. More of this, but much larger donations, will also be needed, especially being directed towards research in addition to the scholarships and the building. I thank you all very much for the honor of being a guest speaker today, and I wish Rivers State University continued growth, resilience, and leadership in the pursuit of this noble vision. Thank you very much.
Have your seat. The guest lecturer for today, Dr. Babs Omotowa. Thank you, sir, for this great lecture. To hand over the microphone to the chairman of the occasion, who will entertain one or two comments. Chairman, sir.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that we have had a very, very nice lecture this evening. I know that some of us were trying to do so. Maybe I can share one small joke with you. Some years ago, when I was in secondary school, I think from 4, we had an English teacher called Weliwebe of blessed memory. He asked me to read a particular chapter in the lesson. And I came across the word was, W-O-S. He asked me to pronounce it. I pronounced it, said W-A-S, was. So, okay, pronounce W-A-R-S, was. Then he said, okay, I should pronounce W-O-R-S-E. I pronounced was. So the same pronunciation. He looked at the class, across the class, from one side of the classroom to the other. And he asked the class, have you seen a he-goat before? The class yelled, no. He said, look at one. Now the question is this. Have you seen someone who is both a representative of the gown and tam? Have you seen one before? Look at one. Please put your hands together again for Malcolm. I will not attempt to summarize this. That's for those of you in the academics. But I'm advised that 2 or 3 persons may likely desire to ask some questions. We'll give that opportunity to all of you. Like we do in Parliament, wherever, or comments, the person I will recognize will be whoever my eyes catches first. So if somebody who doesn't like me raises his hand, forget it, my eyes will not catch you. So the floor is open for question or comment, please. Yes?
Like I always say, Oga Babs, standing on existing protocols, please. My name is Chief Dr. Franklin Igbodo, representing the chairman NLNG, King Edmund Daukoro. I have known Babs for almost 10 years. He was my VP HSC. Having seen him come here to provide industry solution to some of the problems we face in Nigeria is not new to me. And like I reminded him a few weeks ago, I said, remember when we had problems with supplying coveralls for our company in Shell? You just called me and said, Franklin, sit down. What am I hearing the problem is? Coveralls? Just go, articulate what the problem is, articulate the solution, implement it, don't come back to me. I will see whether the results are actually being truthful or fruitful. Nobody told me I had to go back. I sat. I was paying out almost $40,000 to coverall suppliers from overseas. I had to provide a fit-for-purpose solution. And when he saw it, he was happy with it. So, it is nothing new that he has come here to tell us the truth that we have to take away. I left that position and sat on the Ogoni Restoration Project, $2 billion in 5 years. I was the one paying out some of the monies for remediation. And I know that some representatives from this university were there. The scope of their job was on report reviews only.
when we have the Department of Biochemistry, Microbiology, that could have actually come up with products that they would have put some money in the university pocket. That's what I will still call him Oga Babs is talking about today. Nothing would have stopped the university liaison from coming up with a bioremediation product that would help the university to participate not only in report reviews, but in integrating in the remediation project, for which almost $2 billion was to be spent. So I am still encouraging the university liaison to go into products manufacturing that will benefit Nigerians. There's always a space. The Niger Delta is still polluted. Get into the products, there's still room for you to benefit. That's my comment. Thank you.
Any more? Prof.
Thank you very much, Chairman and the distinguished guest speaker. I'd like to ask the guest speaker, let me just drop this. I've put in 37 years as an academic at the University of Ibadan. I'd like to ask this question. In the town and gown relationship, who should make the move? Who should reach out to the other person? With due respect to my colleagues here, I ask this question because I have discovered there's a general lackadaisical attitude within the campuses of researchers, first-rate researchers, reaching out to the industry. I want your perspective on this. I will not like to go into too much elaboration. Secondly, and this is for, with due respect, the Vice-Chancellor and the university community. I think seriously that we have come to a point where we need to completely rethink our promotion criteria. When we were students, with 12 papers, our professors became world-renowned professors. 12, 13 papers. Today, our juniors write 120 papers. If you're unfortunate to assess them for promotion to the professorial cadre, you will read and your eyeballs will almost come down. But at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what is the substance? What has this person contributed to knowledge? But by the criteria of the universities, usually they will score the points required and they are promoted. I think we must begin to talk about the impact factor. If you publish one paper and in a local government, you should become a lecturer one immediately. At the state level, your paper or your research solves a major problem in your state. It should qualify you for a senior lecturer. And if it is global, that people will refer to your university because of your intellectual output, you should get into the professorial cadre. I thank you for listening.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, madam, please.
So, I want to stand on already existing protocol. My name is Dr. Adobe. I want to say that this lecture is enriching, and the sync between the town and the gown is essential for us today, especially in turning out graduates that need to be ready for the industry and for themselves. When we do engineering, first of all, we do mathematics at elementary level. And then later on, we do an application of mathematics in our various disciplines. So I want to say that doing entrepreneurial study at a GS course is fine. But I want us to go beyond that to an application of entrepreneurial study to each course that we study in the university, uniquely for the purpose of developing the graduates to be entrepreneurial in their discipline. That way, we'll be able to develop graduates that can access grants, can access scholarship, and can access international funding. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. We talked of 3, but we added who is the council member? Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
This is one.
Looking at the topic, the guest speaker drove it home. I've not had much interactions with RSU, apart from attending the inaugural lectures and this. But looking closely, the gown in RSU constitute 5% of the population of the entire RSU. And there is a gap. The 95% of RSU are made up of students who will eventually become the town. If the gown do not treat these students as partners in this process, when they leave the institution, they will not patronize the gown. So I'm suggesting a deliberate and intentional partnership with students who will eventually become the town, and maybe also the gown. Because in my years as a student, there was a disconnect between the gown and the people that actually make every university what it is, the students. I've never attended the alumni meetings of my former university because there was a disconnect that was so large to be filled. So I'm suggesting that this gap should be filled in this topic. Let the gown here in RSU make the students their partners in the researches, in every other thing that will make this work. And then by the time they leave here, either as town as gown, they will be able to reinvest in either part. Thank you.
Okay. Martin Cielo.
All protocols observed. My name is Ngo Martin Cielo. Mr. Lecturer, you held us, at least some of us, spellbound. Now, I timed the lecture 3:30 to 4:30, and every sentence you made was very interesting and exciting and very satisfying. It was intellectual, it was practical, and it threw a lot of challenges, particularly to River State University. Town and gown, very interesting. When I got the invitation to be present here, and I saw that you were the person that would deliver this lecture, I said, yes, I will get an answer to a question that had been bothering my mind in terms of the relationship between town and gown. Dr. Dodua, OMOTOWA, I want to ask this question. Why is it that universities churn out graduates every year, and in Nigeria's current state of development, we still come out and have people, bright students who will not gain employment following their pursuit of certain type of studies. I have a sad experience. I'm sorry I'm being selfish, but I have to say this because I might derive an answer here. And when you were in LNG, my son, I'm sorry, I was apologized, but I want to give a practical situation here. He studied mechanical engineering in Ahmadu Bello University. He studied for a master's program in University of Strathclyde in Glasgow for subsea engineering. And he came back. In fact, he rushed back. I told him to stay back and acquire his PhD or something else. And he said no.
Please,
he was coming in.
try and help us and ask the question.
Yes, that's the question now.
Yes, please.
The question is based on this.
The story is getting too long. Go ahead.
All right, don't worry. I'll ask him privately. Thank you very much.
That may be better. That may be better. That may be better. Let's recognize the Emeritus Professor S.C. Achinehu.
Andrew Uchendu, you know what I would have brought to you if you had not recognized me? I would have brought you out to punish you. You and Celestine and Amadi.
No, not here, not here. Don't go that way.
So, you see, we had that experience in the university. We have been talking about this collaboration with industries. When the chips are down, the industries will chicken out. Let me give you an example. When I was dean of Faculty of Agriculture, we had designed several things to do with Shell and Ajib. One was in Odubobri, Bayelsa State. That's why there was no Bayelsa State. It was River State. The raffia palm, where they produce palm wine to distill gins, is a very common thing in that place. We took Ajib to travel with us to go and see that place. We agreed that this thing can be utilized for industrial alcohol, which drives industries. What happened after all the agreement? Ajib chickened out. You see, it's an oil company. We went to Odubobri, Angiama, coffee growing luxuriously, producing seeds more than the cultivated ones. We are pro-Shell. They gave us one lady to go with us. They were so excited. What happens after all? Shell chickened out. Number 3, NDDC, the second MD of NDDC, that was when I was the Vice Chancellor. We wanted something, collaboration on plant by using from the research from our institution here. NDDC agreed to sponsor me and 3 or 4 persons to travel to University of Iowa. There was somebody, Professor Wunda was there. In fact, he agreed, he helped us to arrange this thing. We went there, signed MOU. The part to be played by NDDC. When we came back here, NDDC that promised us so even sponsored us to go there. NDDC chickened out. Are you going to guarantee, now that you have had experience in industry, are you going to guarantee that whatever is happening, you will bring the industry, all this won't be financed? The university has the knowledge. Who will finance it? That's the problem. That is my decision. Thank you.
Please, There is no need, overstretching ourselves. This is a compendium. You can go home and read through and reach out to possibly when the University Town Council committee is set up. We expect that there will be listening. But let me say this. We are very happy to announce to the Vice Chancellor of the Rivers State University and the future, maybe, department that will produce the best graduating student in the university. The co-sponsor of this program, Dr. Amadi, and the guest lecturer has now donated a whopping sum of 1 million naira to the best graduating student. I believe that the various deans of faculties and schools and all that will definitely need to work extra hard to ensure that this award gets to their department. It is for the university, so whoever comes up as the most, the best graduating student gets the award. As we are trying to round up, I got a small call, a text message, which maybe could be challenging to a good number of us here. Some of us are not in this area, but for the professors and the future students. We have our son, who is abroad, Professor Sam Dagogo Jack, and he says that the materials he collected from the BM Braithwaite Memorial Hospital here in Port Harcourt under late Dr. A.A. Ibiama were enough and were the materials he used to produce his own papers here in Port Harcourt, River State. And it's one of the few world-known, renowned epidemiologists that won Mr. President's Prize in America. Professor Sam Dagogo Jack. He did not collect the materials any other place other than here at BMH. And so we can collect many more materials at our backyard here. Like I said during my introductory remarks, you are talking of the gown, you are talking of the town. The common denominator is the human being. Has the university trained him enough to challenge the environment he finds himself? That is the beginning. First as an individual. Then before you move into the industry, what changes that you imbibe from the university you brought to your communities in one way or the other? Show us the light, show us the way. Then if the university has transformed you and you're able to bring improvement in your communities, you may also contribute. That challenge, that extra initiative will help you get into the industry and come up with one proposal or the other Because there are two kinds of human beings living. Those with initiative and those without initiative. No matter how you are trained, if you don't have the initiative, you are dead. And if you are working with somebody without initiative, you can as well ask him to go home and rest. Let the universities turn out people that should see the environment as challenging enough. The Bible says that we must scratch the earth in order to survive. We are not just doing that. We don't sit down, cross our legs, and believe that because you are now a member of the academic community, you can transform the world. No. It is the training that has transformed you that you bring to bear on the society. Thank you very much. Vote of thanks. Vote of thanks. Vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, the former governor of Rivers State, the chairman of this occasion. First of all, let me inform us that we just have a presentation now from somebody, one Chief Franklin Ibodo, has decided to initiate an award of the best graduating student in biochemistry with a sum of 100,000 naira. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Then I'd like to say that we appreciate the guest lecturer. I know that the vote of thanks will be said. But I'd like to inform this audience that what he has said today largely synchronizes with what we are thinking and what we are doing as a university. In the first place, he talked about the need for the Entrepreneurship Development Center to be established. By the grace of God, we already have an Entrepreneurship Development Center in this university. In addition to that, we also have the Faculty of Entrepreneurial Studies functioning in this university. And it is the first of its kind in this country that you have a Faculty of Entrepreneurial Studies. Secondly, he talked about the need for the review, or somebody suggested, a review of the guidelines for promotion. I'd like to say that the Appointments and Promotion Committee of our university is already considering the review of the guidelines to ensure that we make it a condition for somebody to be promoted, you must have attracted a particular level of grants and partnership with industry to be promoted. And then thirdly, he talked about the need for the establishment of a gown and town council. I'd like to say that we take that very seriously as a university. And the next few weeks or months, we'll be able to put that in motion. Thank you very much. Thank you also for the other suggestions you made about pollution, agriculture, and some of the other things that we can do as a university. We take it very seriously, and I can assure you that we'll deal with them appropriately. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the chairman, please let me invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Victor Kujuri, for the vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, the former Governor of Rivers State, Chairman of the occasion, our guest speaker, and I rest on all other protocols. Just to say that there would have been no lecture if you got the invitation and you did not honor it. That you came, we are indeed very grateful. And it is noteworthy that this university contributed greatly to the UNEP studies of the pollution on the Ogoni land. In fact, if you all the animal studies were done by the Faculty of Agriculture here. If you look at pages 240 to 250, you will see the participants from this university. It is not our inability to cooperate with the town, But I think that the policies of the country make it a disadvantaged situation for us as a state university. The speaker talked about 4 laboratories established by NLNG. You will check that those 4 laboratories were established in federal universities, because the structure of this country is such that the states are at a disadvantage. And one looks forward to that day when the process of implementing a town and gown association will play down on the federal-state dichotomy and see every university as being equal. But we want to thank the speaker. It is not very easy to be called upon and you accept to speak in a place where you have not crossed that terrain before. And for the co-sponsor of the lecture, we are indeed very, very grateful. We look forward to similar lectures as we progress. Let us also use as a marketing strategy for these lectures the fact that this university has played the role of first in several fields. This was the first university for marine engineering. Now, maritime science, we have taught the nation that there's a program called maritime science. We are still ready, willing and able to continue to send to the nation what this state university has been able to achieve and can also achieve. Those who have come, we thank you very much. Our distinguished council members, you have a food for thought. Our alumni association and the president, you have had the donations by those persons whom the speaker mentioned, those personal donations. You will notice that they donated it to their areas of origin. And so our own alumni perhaps should borrow a leaf and support the university. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure hosting you, the lectures committee, the orator, and everybody that has made this day worthwhile, not to talk of my boss, the non-tiring VC, who will say, let us continue. We thank you very much. We look forward to welcoming you again when next we call upon you. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the Chairman, before the prayer, let me just announce that Your Excellency, the Chairman, the Pro-chancellor, members of the High Table will step down and have a group photograph. Who have come with the lecturer and the deans and the provost in his office after the closing prayer. Let me now invite the university librarian, Dr. Juliet Alex Mecha, for the closing prayer.
Father, we thank you for this beautiful day. Even as we walked into this auditorium, Lord, the first thing you did was to send the showers of blessing. Indeed, it was a blessing. We thank you, Lord, for the guest lecturer, Dr. OMOTOWA, for all that he delivered here today to all of us, and the wisdom he bestowed unto him. Father, Lord, we ask that all he had proposed through his public lecture here today, the strategies, the recommendations, Lord, be planted, nurtured, and at the long run, Father, let it bear fruit in this great institution in the name of Jesus. You brought each and every one of us here safely, and same way, Lord, we have ended just like we started with you. As we go, Lord, take us home safely. For in Jesus' matchless name we have prayed.
University anthem.
Praise you, we sing of thee, flower of knowledge and peace. In the garden city stands a tree, from whence inspirations come. The people of many a tongue come and search and find a golden face. All for us in bold and humble song, all for excellence and creativity. Praise you, we sing of thee, flower of knowledge and peace. Busy we on toilers of thee, fruitful science and tech we grow. Keep in motion the wheel of truth, waters of the rivers always flow, to build a nation in truth, all for excellence and creativity.
The group photograph.
Wherever you go, just be yourself. Oh, nah. You can never be somebody else. Hey, whatever you do, you better be true. Yeah. No matter. Hey, wherever you go, be yourself. You can never be somebody else. Yeah, whatever you do, you better be true. Oh, no matter the pressure, be yourself.
See, for this life, everybody is a bona fide member. Everybody get name where them they answer. You no go fit to use my ID, make you enter. Hola, hola. And as you enter, at the same time, make you attend to your matter. Shine your eye, make you no go enter gutter. No be every doorway open, you go enter. Hola, hola. Because everything's not for everyone, and that is okay. Just count your blessings one by one, just okay. It doesn't matter how we be, it doesn't matter where we be, it doesn't matter who we fit, it doesn't matter what you see. Anyhow, make you never be somebody else.
Wherever you go, just be yourself. Oh, nah. You can never be somebody else. Hey, whatever you do, you better be true. Yeah. No matter. Hey, wherever you go, be yourself. You can never be somebody else. Yeah, whatever you do, you better be true. No matter the pressure. Never be yourself.
See, for this life, everybody is a bona fide member. Everybody get name where them they answer. You no go fit to use my ID, make you enter. Hola, hola. And as you enter, at the same time, make you attend to your matter. Shine your eye, make you no go enter gutter. No be every door we open, you go enter. Hola, hola. Because everything's not for everyone, and that is okay. Just count your blessings one by one, just okay. It doesn't matter how we be, it doesn't matter where we be, it doesn't matter who we